Hello everybody and welcome back to my hardcore series. Today's goal to survive 75 days in hardcore Minecraft. I started the day just checking out the totems I got in my previous episode before I headed back home to gather some resources that I would need to go to the Nether. I gathered some dirt so that I could bridge, cook some meat, get some gold to trade with the pigman, created flint and steel in case I got obvious so I could head back home. And then I went down. Oi, what was that pillager doing there? Anyways, I found a piglin quite fast, and sadly I decided to trade all my gold with him. So let's fast forward, because that took a really long time for trading with only one pigman. I got some fire S and some good stuff, and then I figured it was time to move on. Then suddenly I found a bastion. Oh, those were the days. I quickly looted some chests, got some more gold to trade with pigman. Oh, these fucking pigmen. Oh, I got some pearls. Nice. More gold. Nice. Some golden carrots. I'm not complaining. I then headed off to the search for a Nether fortress. I mined some quartz on the way to get my diamond pickaxe healed. And then I found another bastion. It wasn't what I was hoping for since I was searching for a Nether fortress, but I decided to raid it anyways. I killed this bitch with some lava. This one too. And then I looted some chests. I fought a couple of pigmen, burned the most in the lava. Was it just me, or did you guys smell some bacon? Aha! Anyways, I also got some nether wart in this one, so that's not terrible. But I had gotten a lot of good things, so I decided to go home to put my things and go back and search for a fortress. I surfaced in a cave, and as I made my way back up, I put on my Nikes and ran all the way home, which took a little while since I spawned a long way from home. When I got home, I quickly put my loot back home and headed back to the Nether instantly. I took out this leather zombie bitch like a real man and started searching for a Nether fortress. I mined some quartz on the way to get my pickaxe back up and running, as well as to get some experience if I got that far. I then found some pigmen and chose to trade the rest of my gold with them. These fucking pigmen, man. And this crossbow pigman annoyed me so much, so I had to just... Then I threw all the gold and I mined some quartz while waiting for the trades to complete. I gathered the trades and then I kept on moving, looking for another fortress. As I was looking, all of a sudden, I found another bastion. I'm not complaining, so I took the time to loot that quickly. Same procedure as before, kill some piglins, gather some chest loot, and then all of a sudden we had finished with this bastion too. And on my lost chest, I finally got the netherite upgrade template. This is huge as I now can craft netherite armor. I gathered it, and then I jumped in my boat and sailed off the cliff. And started once again looking for another fortress. After a while of searching, I finally found one. A terrible fortress. Oh, this is spooky. I also got the hot tourist destination. I quickly started slaying the blaze ants to get blaze robes so that I could craft potions and make Eye of Enders. I went on quite the killing spree here since the drop rate is really bad. Booyah! Now I got 5 blaze rods, but I still needed to gather more so that I had enough for both potions and Eye of Enders. You get the idea, so I kept farming more blazes to get blaze rods. In this fortress, I also killed a couple of wither skeletons, but I sadly did not get any wither skulls. Anyways, after a while farming, I had enough. And then I went to find the nether wart. I gathered that up. That's side 2. And that was it. I was ready to head back home, so I built a nether portal and I made my way to the surface. And as I surfaced, I got the Subway Burboat challenge completed, meaning that I had to travel a long way home. If you don't believe me, this is in ATX. And I finally made my way back home. I was so happy I ate some steak and I punched the grass out of happiness. As I got back home, I quickly sorted all the loot that I had gathered on my journey before placing down my brewing stand, putting more bottles, booting it up with power, nether wart to make awkward potions, phantom membrane to make slow falling, and redstone to make it last longer. Then I immediately began crafting enough blaze powder to make the Eyes of Ender I would need to find the stronghold. Man, I think I was getting tired at this point. My crafting was not that smooth. Now I think I was ready to go find the stronghold and defeat the Ender Dragon. And with that, I had played enough for the day. So I logged off the game knowing that when I got back on again, it was time to find and slay that Ender bitch. Now, as I got back on again, I quickly double-checked that I had everything I needed before throwing my first Eye of Ender. Amazing. Then I had to travel for a good little bit. Through day, through night. And then I turned on my trunk borders as I was getting closer. I then found the trunk and I started digging downstairs and found the stronghold. When I found the end portal room, I was putting my already finished Eye of Ender in the portal, and as I was crafting my remaining Ender pearls into Eye of Enders, I quickly realized that I was still missing some Eye of Enders. before, it seems. I started looking through the stronghold to see if I could find any ender pearls, since they sometimes do lay in the chests in the stronghold. I ended up finding one ender pearl, which meant that I would still need 3 more ender pearls as well as some blaze powder. So I have no other choice than to build a nether portal, go back to the nether to find the missing pieces. I lit the portal, and since we have already been so much in the nether, I will just skip this part, but put it short. I went to the nether, I finished up, and when I had finished gathering what I needed, I made my way back to the stronghold, ready to go to the end. I crafted my missing Eye of Enders, placed them in the portal, and missed one Eye of Ender, so I had to craft that also. Now it was time. The portal was lit. I jumped through, ready for the dragon. I drank a slow falling potion, and immediately began bridging towards the center, closer to the dragon. Ready. I immediately started taking out all the end crystals so that the dragon couldn't recharge any more of any of them. I think it went really smoothly, and I think I hit my shots pretty well. That should be all the end crystals, and now I have the dragon purging towards the middle, so I placed a bed. And then I started getting a couple of beds in on the dragon. Unfortunately, I only had 4 beds with me, so I had to get my bow out and start dealing some more damage with that. My shots could have been a little better right here, but I made some good damage. The dragon chose to purge, and I tried to get beneath it to hit it, but it kept blowing me into the air. I was starting to get close to finishing this dragon. If I just could get it to purge one more time, right now, I could get some good hits, but it kept hitting me outside. I went behind this time, and I managed to get that final shot. The end dragon was now defeated. So I didn't hesitate to gather all the XP it dropped. Oh, yes. That's a lot of levels. I then quickly gathered the dragon egg, because obviously I had to do that. And yeah, that's how the end dragon fight went. So I went through the portal, and lucky me, I spawned directly next to a end city with a ship, so I could easily kill my first shulker, loot the chests, and then I actually got my first elytra, and sky is the limit. I gathered the chests so that I could make shulkers when I had farmed enough shulker shells. Oh, to fast forward through the end looting, I just basically gathered a couple of shulker shells, Hopped off the game, got back on again, continued gathering more shulker shells, got a couple more elytras, tried getting some dragon heads, but didn't manage to do that. I got a decent amount of shulker cells, and then I was beginning to get ready to go back home. I set my spawn point inside the stronghold. I firstly went back to the stronghold to gather all the loot that I left in the chests. I filled my ender chest up and gathered everything else in my inventory before quickly starting to head home. As I made my way back up, the trip home was really easy since I now had the elytra. I simply just flew home quite fast. And the stronghold was really not that far from my house. So, as I got back home, I was really happy. I had now defeated the Ender Dragon. I went in to see my dear villagers, hopped off the game for the day. As I logged back on the game again, I started by crafting a few shulkers with the shulker shells and the chests that I have gathered. I then went up to my house to sort all my loot before heading down to the village to begin working on the layout for the village. That's all the sorting done, so now I headed back to the village. As it got daytime, I built myself up to just get a good overview of the village and also to see the changes that I was about to make. I have a lot to be done here. I have a lot of terraforming and I needed to get building some houses, but I figured I'd start with terraforming the area. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Start by removing a lot of dirt, replacing the ground stone blocks with dirt, making some sort of a hill from the village, and I was thinking about making it looking into some sort of a wall in the future. I also had to cover up the entire hole that led down to the cave right inside my village. Took a lot of work. Finally getting close to finishing off this beginning area, and I filled in all the hole here with dirt, down even the ground with dirt, put some torches underneath so that it wouldn't spawn a lot of mobs there. The first part of the terraforming project done. Now, just notice the area around me, because further along in this episode, it's gonna be a lot of changes here, but for now I hooked off the game. As I got back on the game again, I immediately got back to work. I had a little look around and then I decided what I wanted to do. So I began by finishing off the sort of hillside towards the back end of the village. I then expanded the farm area a bit more so that I could make a carrot farm also. I then started building up the sort of wall that I was talking about earlier towards the other side. I planted some carrots and I was getting an idea of how I was going to build it for the future before the phantoms came and annoyed me and I went to bed. I then chose to check the day count and log off for the day. And you guessed it right. When I got back on again, I immediately headed outside to keep going on the project. building the mountain expansion towards the mountain, remove the area I needed to expand the size of the village towards the mountain, and if you didn't notice, like all of this terraforming, it's in like 80 times fast forward. Oh, this took like a lot of hours. I try to make some sort of a hallway where my stair goes down from the house on the top of the mountain. I had to remove an even larger area. Also, some of my shovels with efficiency broke, so I had to go enchant some shovels and add them together. But I only managed to get efficiency 3 on the other shovel that I created. So this took a lot of time. I think the expansion of the mountain in the hillside was beginning to look really good. I cleared out the remaining bits of the ground, filled in the place where I thought I was gonna make the second iron farm. And then I decided to take a little flight just to see. And boy, was it starting to change. I had now built the outskirts of the village, making it looking like some sort of a wall. And I think the size was really okay. I don't know why the quality of the recording was quite bad now. But we'll just have to live with it. Anyways, I bridged up on the middle of the villager house just to have a look. I still have a lot of work to be done. I have to build the entire village with houses, cabins, storage rooms, brewing rooms, different mini farms. I also have to finish all the surroundings and the mountains. So with that, I'm gonna say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did like the video, please smash that like button. And if you want to join me in the last video where I'm going to survive 100 days in hardcore Minecraft and build this village done, smash that subscribe button and stay tuned. Oid Slayer out.